9 years together, never got a ring, never moved out, never moved in together. I didn't really understand, I didn't understand what was happening. So through those frustrations came up a lot of different petty arguments. But really the root of the cause was, why isn't there any commitment? I definitely want to take the next step. If I've been with you for 9+ years, clearly I want a future with you. Clearly I want to, marry you, have kids. When's that coming?
Right, but you have to remember, you guys were dating for such a long time when you were so young. So it's not like you were dating 9 years when you were in your 30s or mid-20s even. I mean, a couple of years you were even underage. So, I mean, that's,
when did you expect?
Well.
Yeah, that's a good point, because if you were so young, when would you expect the ring? Did you expect?
I didn't know. I didn't have a timeline as to when it was going to happen. I just
you
wanted to see that it was going to happen soon. As soon as we made like 7 years or 8 years, we were already.
So you would have been like 24, 23.
Yeah.
Don't get married.
Big mistake not to make. Big mistake. Enjoy the money first. Buy what you want and do everything you want.
Do you know anybody who's happily married?
No, nobody happily married.
Come on, that's not
Nobody
true.
happily married. I don't see nobody happily married. I might be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I might be wrong, because 9 out of 10 people, 9 out of 10 people is unhappy with married. So what the fuck you gonna get married for? It don't make no sense. You have 1 million people in the world and it's 99.99 name.
Hey, you better watch it for your wife hear it.
Fuck my wife. Start with she first. Start with she first. She make me afraid of woman, because she want every blood clot thing. She want everything. No, don't marry. Marriage is not good for nobody in this world. Nobody.
That's your wife calling you.
That is fun.
Marriage is a complete scam if you're a man. 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Second marriages have a 66% chance of ending in a divorce. And a third marriage, lucky number 3, thinking this is the one, have a 75% chance of ending in a divorce. So why would you take a 50-50 chance at losing half your money, half your wealth to a girl? There is literally no upside for a man financially. Now you're probably thinking, you gotta find your soulmate, you gotta find the love of your life. I guarantee you, if I go to any wedding out here and I ask the bride and groom, is this your soulmate? Do you love each other? They're going to say yes, they're going to stay married for the rest of their lives. 10 years down the line, 50% of them are going to end in a divorce, and the man's gonna lose half his stuff. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree?
How much did your wedding cost?
Well, our first wedding was like maybe $85.
We woke up and eloped.
We hired a minister from Google. Then we got tattoo rings.
Yeah, that was the most expensive part.
Then we had a Domino's wedding night.
Our Chihuahua was actually the official at our wedding. He was the only person there.
Yeah.
How much was our wedding budget?
I think it was $100,000.
The real budget was probably between $30,000 and $40,000.
Yeah.
We spent probably between $50,000 and $55,000.
$35,000.
Did you save money on anything?
We wanted a very popular music group, but it was expensive. It was $20,000, and I sung by myself. It was $0.
It was in Russia.
It was, I think, $55,000.
Was that about how much you were expecting it to cost?
Our budget was like 50 to 60. I think initially it was 40, and then we realized in like DC area that's not really feasible for what we were wanting in a wedding.
What made you go over budget? Maybe the venue?
The venue and the food.
As many of you know, our cameraman James and I are engaged.
Obviously, most people in the MGTOW movement know not to get married, so it's refreshing to see a publication for women to talk about this. This is an article from a magazine called Eve. Seems like a classy, pro-traditional woman magazine that's actually helping women out. If you look at the About section, they say, Eve was founded with one goal in mind. Women deserve better from women's media. The editors of the famed publications have been responsible for harmful advice that has resulted in a generation of women experiencing more depression than any other in modern history. The title of the article is, Millions of Men No Longer Want to Get Married, and you can thank the government for that. With a subtitle, Why Are So Many Men Refusing to Get Married? Is it because of women, or is it because of the unfair family justice system? Notice Eve is not shaming or blaming men for the lack of commitment. How many articles have you seen from feminist rags covering this topic, claiming that men are too scared of commitment, or they're too immature, or they're not rich enough, and so on? Let's get into it. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Shajin, who said, "My grandmother hand-washed clothing for her 8 children using a washboard. She canned food in the fall and planted the garden in the spring. She cut the heads off of chickens and removed the feathers. She salt-canned entire pigs. She cleaned the home with vinegar, baking soda, ammonia, a broom, and a mop. My other grandmother did the same for 3 children. Comparing this to what modern homemakers are expected to do is insulting." Shout out to your grandmother. I'm afraid to say we live in a corrupted time. Expectations from society are against men. Thank you for sharing that. So please, don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me. So don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps out a lot. Now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever.
Marriage is on the decline, and it's a scary thought. Imagine dating a man for years, cohabitating, and giving the relationship your all without him ever having to put a ring on it. No matrimony, no wedding dress, and no big celebration with family and friends. What about the thought of having children without marriage? It's fine if you don't believe in marriage, but the rest of us do. Most women look forward to tying the knot with the man of their dreams, but what will happen if millions of men refuse to get married? This is what's currently happening in America and many other parts of the world. Wrong. It's happening to parts of the world that have become gynocentric and have been infected by feminism. It sounds like women are more about the pageantry than the actual marriage. And today, women would be lucky if a man cohabitated with them because a lot of states or provinces view that as a marriage. Historically low marriage rates in America. US News reported that marriage rates reached a historic low in 2018, with only 6.5 people out of 1,000 getting married, the lowest level in 118 years. That's lower than the most MGTOW advocates expected. Weddings now cost the price of a new car, and most women won't settle for less because they want to flex on social media. They want to be a princess in their fairy tale. These women should be marching in the streets demanding the end of family courts and laws that incentivize divorce. Until then, less and less men will tie the knot in the West. If they do get married, they'll go to a traditional country and retire 20 years early. Philip Cohen, a sociology professor at the University of Maryland, says women's independence and gender equality is a huge factor in the long-term decline in marriage. You don't say. Raging bitches who think they're entitled to act like men aren't fun to be around. There has also been a rise in men's rights groups such as Men Going Their Own Way, MGTOW, and the Manosphere, where men in droves complain about men's unfair treatment in relationships and family courts. They're tired of being browbeaten by women and the gender bias laws against men. For this reason, millions of men don't want to get married and are opting out of marriage altogether. Big props to this academic for getting it right and not downplaying men's point of view. No one will ever willingly sign a contract that a party is rewarded for breaking. So why would any man get married then after knowing this fact? Men avoid marriage because it's too risky and too costly. Men are not marrying because, for many men, the rewards for getting married are far less than they used to be. While the cost and dangers of it are far higher, divorce rates are sky high. 45% of marriages end in divorce, and women initiate 80% of them. In the West, marriage is the thought retirement plan. They gave their best to Chads and Tyrones in their 20s, and then give their used goods to men they spent rejecting their whole life. Daniel at Invest and Be Free says, "Mine cost me $500K. There's nothing fair and equal about the process. You're a man, you're going to get bent over, and you're going to take it dry." Tim Hicks at Uncharted Father responds, "Divorce and family law are skewed against the men. It is what it is. Until it changes, it's a shit sandwich." These anti-family courts are there to rob men of their wealth. Ultimately, men know they could lose a lot, from losing their freedom to being financially exploited to losing custody of their children. It's common knowledge that the courts favor women over men. They're renowned for favoring women regarding the division of assets, child support, and alimony even if they aren't married. The courts will even jail men who can't pay child support even though debtor's prison is supposed to be illegal in the West. Men lose money. For example, an Ontario businessman was ordered to pay more than $50,000 a month to his ex-girlfriend despite neither owning a house nor having children together. Under Ontario law, an unmarried couple is considered common law spouses if they have cohabitated or lived together in a conjugal relationship for at least 3 years. That's someone's yearly salary every month for just being a live-in girlfriend. How much you want to bet she didn't even cook or clean and was banging the pool boy on the side? Men lose their children. In the UK, Liz Jones, a columnist at the Daily Mail, reported how she stole her ex-boyfriend's sperm to try to get pregnant but failed, and how one of her friends lied to a new boyfriend that she was on the pill. He's now in a relationship and has to pay support for a child he never sees. Stealing someone's DNA should be under the same laws as stealing someone's property. If women can get abortions without the man's consent, then the man can opt out of child support if he wants. Entrapment pregnancy, aka forced fatherhood, is a common problem in the United States too. Many men feel paying support for a child they didn't agree to have is unfair, but the courts see it as doing what's right for the child. A woman receiving child support can also claim government assistance, welfare, free health insurance, etc., while the man gets nothing. What's worse is that the man cannot write off the child support off of his taxes, so he gets taxed as if he never paid the child support and kept that money. Deadbeat moms are supported while dads are thrown in jail if they can't pay. At Habib Akande says, "Football loses everything after divorce" in an interview with the Sunday Mirror. Former Arsenal football player Emmanuel Abowie told how he had lost a divorce battle that left his wife Aurelie with all of their assets and how he has no contract with his 2 daughters. She didn't teach him how to kick a goal, nor she probably never supported him when he was trying to become a pro. In the event of a married couple divorcing, men only get custody of their children 10% of the time, but are always responsible for paying child support and alimony. Many men complain that courts send the message that fathers are not essential to raising children beyond the point of paying child support. The family courts are leeches. They're the worst out there. It's surprising that these judges and crooked lawyers are walking around without harm because they truly destroy lives. Closing thoughts. In a society that strives for equality, maybe these gender laws are outdated. Women make up 50% of the labor force, so why do we claim unfair gender divides regarding marriage and family disputes? If the risks involved in entering marriage were equally distributed, perhaps more men will feel like they have less to lose. It's more than that. Men don't want to marry someone who wants to have a dick measuring contest about everything. These modern women pride themselves on being irritating because it makes a great TikTok video. It's such a minefield, and change might not happen fast. Still, if we want to see men viewing marriage in a positive light again so we can continue to have strong family units, it'll take a long-term focused effort from women, men, and the government. Being aware of the issues men face, empathizing, and trying to see it from their perspective is a great place to start. Overall, we need more articles like this that are intellectually honest about the situation we're in. The breakdown of family leads to the breakdown of society. Mark my words, The next superpower in the West is going to be a country that's pro-family, pro-man, as countries in Asia are about to surpass the West because they have kept feminism in check. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.